It's Monday morning, and it's kind of actually it's been raining since yesterday, so it's one of those days. But sometimes those are the best days to create. While I share what I've been working on this week, I'm going to talk about a big change. I deleted Facebook and Instagram from my phone. So I haven't completely gotten rid of my social media, but I don't have ready access to it. I found that I was spending a lot of time comparing myself to other artists. And this led to sort of a stagnation. I was creating, but I felt like I didn't know what to do next. And when I didn't know what to do next, I would look to Instagram, sometimes Facebook. And I would look at what other artists were doing and then see if I could somehow make something like that. And somehow it would also fit with what I naturally like to do. I think social media is useful for a lot of things. It's useful for keeping in touch with friends and even connecting with other artists. But sometimes we can lose ourselves on social media trying to figure out what to post that might be popular. I found that I was way too focused on what I should post. It was at the point where I felt like I needed to create just to post and not create because that is what was in my heart. I got a late start today. I usually try to wake up at 6:30, and I went to bed at like 4 a.m. I was asleep before that. Then I woke up, and my husband is a night owl, so we actually were talking. Okay, so I really like this, like the way, just the so first I already had this in here as a sketch, and then I just went over it with my brush, and I'm still using this same Sta-wet palette. I keep calling it Stay Wet. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll link it in the description. I'm still using the same paint that I had like 3 painting sessions ago, but I went over it, my initial sketch, and then I started doing these squiggly lines. I don't know why, just mark making. And then I was like, I'm gonna draw these falling leaves. And I like the way it turned out. Afterwards, I put a wash over a wash of the ocean color and I'm gonna find out what that blue is right now. What is it? Okay, so this is a phthalo blue. Yeah, so yeah, I did this this one and this one, and I did it as a wash. So basically I just used this brush. This is another flat brush, and I just dip it in my water. And then I have my mixture here. And so I was not able to film this as I was doing it because it did not turn out right. I thought that I had a good view and I did not, but this is what I was working on the past few minutes. And so this painting, let's see if I can. So this painting I did a few weeks ago. It did not have the leaves. I just added the leaves and I really like it. Wow, I really like it. So it's just continuing this theme of the leaves with the ballerinas. And I think what I want to do is do some mark making in the tutu and in the point shoes. I think this is fantastic. Like it's sort of a serendipitous thing. I don't know if that's the correct term, but you just would never think of ballerinas and leaves going together, or maybe you might, but I think it's really cool. So this is what it means. This is why we need to just follow what we like to do, and then you'll discover things along the way. And I'm trying to do that for myself even more so. So my inspiration for these leaves was this one that I did the other day, and this was all from that same book, the plant identification book, which I love. Like I could just sit there and read it, just reading the different parts of the plant. So these are all different kinds of leaves. I don't even know what this is. I probably should have marked them. But I took that inspiration and put it over here into this painting. And now I'm gonna do some marks, and I really can't do it on camera. I would have to take my easel out, I think. So I did a lot here. I just recently erased the marks that I had, or painted over them, that I had in the skirt, because it just looked heavy. And you see I have this, let's see, you can see how this transitions into a lighter color. I feel like I want to make it even lighter, but I think I'm gonna let this sit for a little while just to see what it wants to be. Just let it develop on its own, because I do feel like I want some more depth. I want to make this kind of look like it's receding back. But some of the things I like this, the sheerness of this, and I just went over the other colors with some gesso, some watered down gesso. And I still like the leaves. I did some shadows here, so it looks like reflections. And I feel like I want to do a wash over the leaves, but I'm still not sure if I should, like maybe like an orange wash. So I did both sides, and you'll see here I smudged this a little bit. I thought it was dry, but it wasn't, but that's okay. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is like some imperfections, some things that just kind of happen, but it still, you know, creates some interest. So I'm gonna leave it here. I'm done painting for today. It's a little after 8 o'clock in the morning, and Yeah, I had a rough night sleeping. I got really, I don't know. I guess it was really hot, so I didn't sleep well. But thankfully, I'm feeling better than I did an hour ago. It's kind of taken me an hour to sort of acclimate to being awake. I found some paintings, right, that I did on paper. I don't know, it might be like 8 to 10 years ago. And what I wanted to do is draw some inspiration. The originals I will put on my website because they are complete. I'm so glad I found these. They are really cool, and well, I'll just have to show you guys. So I just have to hold the camera. I'll try to keep my hands steady. But I went through this stage when I was doing these sort of somber flowers and blending, having this separation of color along with mark making. It reminded me sort of urban decay. I think that's what I had in mind. I did a few in that series. I would love to recreate this. So I think, yeah, this is all acrylic. There's another one. And here's one with a figure in it. And that's oil pastel. But I think what I did is I primed over this. Not prime, I can't remember the name. I protected this with some, I can't remember the name. Is it primer? Somebody let me know in the comments. So then I also had this, like I showed in one of my other videos, this idea of reduction. So I would make something really colorful. And I think this was a painting of some sort of Italian scene that it didn't turn out well. So I just decided to tear it apart by reducing it sort of into a torn tapestry. And I love this. And I was also into drawing figures, like fashion design or fashion poses. This was a pose of a model that I found somewhere. Using my sketchbook to explore rather than to just practice techniques has been an eye-opening experience for me. It's helping me to loosen up without the expectation that I need to make a painting from the things that I'm doing in my sketchbook. And it's just my playground. And I wish I had done this earlier, but I was inspired by a few different YouTubers who work more intuitively. And I think that this is something that is natural for me. watching. I'll see you in the next video. Keep creating.